Hello everyone, welcome back to TrivDog Gaming here on YouTube. This is the game, The Planet Crafter. We're now in Season 2, and episode 47. Well, did a little bit of work off camera. I tried to sort out a couple of little bits and pieces. Found out a few things though, some interesting stuff. We're more than half of the way to the completion of the terraformation index, or the entire terraformation process, I guess. We're at 2.75 TTI. All the numbers in here are actually doing pretty well, to be honest. Biomass, yeah, we're a fair way up in biomass. So we got to T2. We really want to get to these extraction platforms so we can move on to the moon. So we've still got a little bit of work to do there. Finally, we can make our T1 animal food. But we need to set up some sort of process for this. So T1 is the honey, the beans, and the common larva. Honey, beans, and common larva. Okay, hang on. So we've got beans. We've only got the one honey, which is up here. That's always been chockers, so maybe you need to do another one. Beans. Did I say uncommon or common? I think I said common. Surely we can make some. Well, we should have those robots, I think, harvesting those as well, I think. So we had this process, now T2 was fine. Why was T1 not doing its thing? Was it sulfur? I thought I was flying along with sulfur. Hang on. Yeah, sulfur's okay. Oh, it was the bacteria sample. Okay. Okay, we need to get back onto the animal food, but I think I need to fix that, I think. Hang on. Eggplant? I think I've got eggplant. Did I check on that? Eggplant. Where's my eggplants? I wasn't relying on... No, hang on. They're over here. Yeah, there they are. Okay, so... Oh. Don't have a lot of eggplants. Hang on. Oh, the algae's okay. Oh, sulfur's okay. Squash. So it's the eggplant now. Holy dooly, it can't make up its mind. What... What is it that's it's low in? Eggplant? Oh, there's eggplant there. An eggplant there. Hang on a second. Hang on. Let me take a chunk, big, decent chunk of eggplants, throw them up here and see if that starts it again. Maybe I need some more growers up here. Are they going to disappear? Oh, they are. There's two. So you're doing stuff, aren't you? Oh, there you go. Okay, it was eggplant. Oh, man. Alright. Up and down like a yo-yo. So hang on, is it then using the... It's using the T1 to make the T2, isn't it? Okay. Oh, well, we'll have a fair bit of T2. I know Joe mentioned something on the comments, which I was reading through thinking, yeah, I should be doing that. So, while that's going, before we go into the animal food, let's... Oh, actually, hang on. What Joe was mentioning was a bunch of metal platforms. So, hang on. Where did I have my iron? That's 8. Is 8 enough? I don't know. Hang on. I was going to say I'm bound to have more iron somewhere. Let's take down, say, 16. You don't need more than that, surely. And an auto crafter. So a super alloy rod and 2 osmium. Super alloy rod and 2 osmium. So we can make an auto crafter. Now, I think Joe was talking about having the kind of algae producing machines down here and the water extractors kind of thing. But I've kind of almost, I think I've almost got them in place in this whole area, I guess. So where would I put an autocrafter that's next to everything? Maybe down here? Oop. Maybe out there? I don't think there's any reason why I can't go over the top of these guys. Oh, that is unless the game complains about me putting stuff over the top of there. Hang on. Let's do a couple of platform grids. Will it complain if I put them? Oh, it does. And what happens if I go up high enough? Does it put one there? Can you let me jump up on top? There you go. Now, will it let me do that again? That's the question. It doesn't like it. Go back that way, alright. What happens if you just put a whole bunch of these... I can put a slope. Can I... Can I put a slope that much, though? Never noticed that before. Hang on. Oh, I can always just jump up there, I guess, but I keep pressing the wrong button. Look, foundation slope. Do your thing. Oh, I see. It doesn't... Yeah. Doesn't kind of really go 45 degrees, does it? I can see it. It's just not going where I want it to go. It's pretty long. So I can get up to here. I mean, I can easily just remove these. I'm just wondering if I can just... Can I put one on the edge of here? She's a bit, oh, she probably doesn't like me being on this thing. Took a while for the game to realise I wasn't there anymore. Yeah, I'm kind of looking at that now and thinking, can I just go out over the top of here? In fact, an autocraft is probably going to work anyway in this position. But if I can go over the water a bit, that's what I really wanted. Yeah, like that. Wait, Trev, just hold down the control key, Trev. That's it. Actually, maybe that's enough. I don't know. I'm going to definitely take these ones out. So let's just get those ones back. So now... Is this the best location for an autocrafter? It's got to be within the, you know, local area of all the algae and the water producing machines, I would think. So can't I just put one down here? Let's have a look. Autocrafter. There. Yeah, look, if you just put it there, look at how far these rings are going. Way out there. That's got to work. Okay. So we are selecting bacteria sample. And we are supplying bacteria sample. Where is it? There it is. High priority. Very high priority. So when you're making stuff, it's only using the algae in the water, which is what Joe was saying. The drones then only have to take one item back, if that makes sense. So when these got... Well, we could probably put down more, I suppose. I think Joe was mentioning like 3 or 4, maybe 4 or 5 of each item, but... so if I jump in the water, is it got... yeah, it's got algae. 77%. Well, that one's ready to go. Shouldn't the autocrafter know that that's being supplied? I would have thought so. Now, hang on, where's the... Oh, hang on a second, I've got these fish things confused. Hang on. This is open water collect. No, that's doing the plankton. Hang on, which one am I thinking of? Hang on. Maybe I haven't got the right gear in here yet. The algae's definitely there. I guess when it gets mature enough, I can... No, I was thinking that drone was going there. Where on earth am I going to drink water from? Come on. Honestly. I'm standing on the water. Surely I can drink it. There you go. Am I missing something here? Should there be a... So what... The lake water collector is what I'm thinking of. Why? It looks orange base with the white guys on top. Yeah, it's these guys. Oh, okay. Well, surely, I mean, it takes a while for these things to produce. No, it's producing. Yeah, it's supplying water. So surely that autocraft is going to be picking them up from down here, right? So this is where it's getting its water from. And then around the place, that's a fairly big location there. Well, hopefully that is going to work. It's just going to take a little while to get going. I think. Alright, I think I've done what I meant to do. I mean, I might want to go down there and put a few more in, maybe. What was the other thing? Oh, I know what I was going to do. So, it's really just a waiting game, a lot of the stuff I'm doing at the moment. What are we up to? 2.81 TTI. Eat that. I'm going to quickly just do a save. Oh, that's the other thing. That's what I was going to show. So, okay, when I left last episode, I was mentioning trying to get some more traits through the portal. I never did. Funnily enough, I can't remember. I was heading in that direction for something. I can't remember where I was going to, but I was a bit surprised. There's actually animals on the ground, so I went past and picked up a couple. So I picked up a genetic trait for species and for bioluminescence, just from the animals over there. So I think we can start making our own animals pretty easily, but we kind of need to get onto the food side of things fairly quickly, I think. So hang on, let me go down and double check. When we were talking about the T1 animal food, it was honey, beans, and common lava. So we really need an autocrafter for doing that, right? And we don't have that yet. Okay. So another autocrafter. Pretty certain I didn't make one up there. So what was it again? It was 2 osmium. Actually, we'll need one for the T1 and the T2, right? I mean, we can make it now, but not use it just yet, I suppose. So maybe over here, would this be a good location? So hang on, it needs algae. I'm wondering whether I should put another box over here for more honey. Well, I can do that later. Okay, all right. So where's the best location for the T1 and the T2? Perhaps in the middle here? Surely that's still within range though if I had it down here. That's what I'm thinking. So maybe against this wall. Alright, where is it? Autocrafter. I just went past it. Autocrafter. Right. Yeah, see, these rings go a long way, so if I go one there, no, it doesn't matter. I'll put them close together. They'll just be T1, T2. So this thing has got to make T1. We'll see how it goes, but it needs to supply T1 high. I didn't see it make anything. Honey, beans, and common lava. Is it because beans aren't close by? Maybe. Because the honey is just here. Where is it? Honey's just here. So that's got to be close enough. It could be beans. I've got everything else up here. I've got the eggplant here. I've got the squash here. Maybe make another couple of boxes. One for beans and another one for honey. So what do we need? We need 2 circuit boards, of which we've got lots, and 4 super alloy, I think. Where are you? 4 super alloy. There you go. We should be able to make 2 boxes over here. So, maybe we should just line them up next to here, I guess. Actually, when you... if I was looking at T2, it'll use the T1 animal food, the algae and the rare larva, and they're all close by. So, okay, that shouldn't be a problem. So I think I've got space here if I want to just put another couple of these boxes. I've got to come out further, I think. Oh, the boxes are a bit different sized, aren't they? Alright. So one there and one there. So what did we say? We needed beans? So we'll say that this is demanding beans. High priority. And we'll call that beans. Hang on. Did that just... Oh, it's actually starting already. Okay, there you go. Oh, actually, then I need storage for T1 and T2, don't I? So I need another couple. What was the other one I was going to do? I was looking at what it was manufacturing. Oops, no, don't do that. Stay in there. Oh, the honey, that's right. That's what it was. Okay, give myself another honey kind of container here, I think. Okay, call it honey. Honey, honey. So that is demanding... I mean, there's honey probably downstairs in those beehives and it's not being collected, so hopefully this will pick up fairly quickly. Priority high, demanding honey. There you go, I saw one go in. The beans is being used straight away anyway. Alright, let's make another couple of boxes. We're always making boxes. Another storage unit. Where are we? Another 2. Oh, that would be so cool to have a... Can you imagine having a full box of T1 and T2 food before you actually put animals in? Oh, jeez. What was I looking for again, Trev? Getting distracted. 4 of these. Let's go make our 2 boxes. Where should we be locating T1 and T2? You're full already. Wow. Okay. Let me just see. Can that... Oh, it does just fit there. Okay. Well, then there's probably no reason why I can't have them in here, right? Let's do that again with the boxes facing me. So if I put one on this side, and then one on the other side, can I go T1 animal food and it fits in? I can't, kind of. T2 animal food, and it also fits in. So this is going to demand T1. So all of a sudden they'll come flooding into there. We'll tell this thing that it's demanding T2, high priority. Cool, that hasn't started making yet, so this is going to start getting filled. Cool. And that will just wait for it's got its produce in place. The problem is... I'm wondering though, so what am I feeding them? T2 probably is a better thing. So this thing is supplying T2 on high. This one supplying T1 on high. Okay. Alright, so you starting to... I said it demanded. Okay. You know what? I think the sign of success is not when T1 animal food is filled, but when T2 is filled here. I think when there's a lot of this T2 sitting in here, I'll then know that I can put the animals in, I think. I think that would be a pretty clear sign, I think. I was just thinking, do I have water up here? Not that I have to go far to get it, but... See, it still hasn't fully kept up, has it, the water? Although the bacteria samples are constantly being made. Actually, do I have bacteria samples in here? I don't. But hang on, if I go back upstairs, while we've been recording the episode, what's bacteria sample doing? Well, there you go again, I don't know. Has that worked over where we started the episode? Has that started to produce bacteria samples, maybe, in the autocrafter? Maybe it has, because I'm pretty certain that was empty when we started the episode, so maybe it seems to be going pretty quick. How about these guys? So T1 is full, T2 is full, T3 is full, and T4 is. Holy dilly. Okay, so I guess our mutagen production is going really well. That's quite chockers now. Nitrogen is full. Sulfur's full. Methane isn't. Oh, hang on. Hang on a second. Let me just double check on something. Let me put the iron back. Oh, I can't. Hang on. This one's empty? Yeah. Put them back in there for a sec. Let me check the gas extractors out here. Are you doing funny things with the methane? Well, there you go. It's chockers with oxygen, isn't it? Jeez. Hang on. I kind of need... Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm not going to manually do that. Hang on. I've got enough. I had an oxygen box here somewhere, didn't I? There you go. Now it's kind of full. Alright, I tell you what I'm going to do. We need to get rid of the oxygen. Is that... Hang on. I'm going to demand oxygen. Is it throwing them in? Okay. Let the drones clear that out. I've got a funny feeling that the methane's not happening because these things aren't... That's doing nitrogen. That's doing methane. Supplying methane. Okay, that's still working, but the rest of these would have been chockers because they would have been filled with stuff that they shouldn't have been. Okay, it's cleared out a little bit. Okay, that should work then. I think I had that set to delete a whole bunch of stuff and then I took it off for some reason. Can't remember why exactly. There would have been a good reason, don't worry. Alright. Okay, so our T1 and T2, I think, is actually going to be looking a lot better. It could be that the beans, we may need to make some more bean making machines yet, I don't know. Alright, let's have a quick look again upstairs at T1 and T2, even though we haven't really given them a great deal of time to do anything. To T1, T2 sitting there. I bet you any amount of money it's the beans. Honey and common lava. Honey's coming in. Yeah, it'll be the beans. Okay. I think before I go outside, how many beans do we have down here? Space food, squash. Oh, there's a fair few squash. I'll throw a few more squash in for upstairs. I don't super think this is the reason, but at least I can make sure that the T1, T2's increasing basically. Okay, so let's throw into the beans all of those and get one back. Oh, I can take a squash, I suppose. Yeah, I normally keep food on me sort of thing, so squash can sit in there. Okay. Okie dokie. Alright, well that's... Yeah, I can hear it manufacturing again. So what are we up to? There's 10, 11 in there. Yeah, when there's enough resources for it to keep going, it's flying. So I think we're almost ready to go and put animals down. Just let it fill up a little bit more, I'm thinking. Okay, so this is what I was going to show you right at the beginning of the episode, but we'll do it now because I've kind of ticked the boxes on the things I was going to show. I was going over here for some reason, I can't remember why, and just over here, I don't know why it's not. It's got to happen everywhere eventually, but there's animals just here. Where are you guys? There they are, look. So, I got a genetic trait from that guy, this little fella. Hello. Hello. So hang on, what did I get? I got one for species, one for skin pattern, and skin pattern color. Hmm. So there's another bigger guy. Holy dooly, you are massive. Another one from them. From them. Actually, what was those? There's bioluminescence, and then we've got another species trait. Okay, I'm not quite sure why they're just around here. I was a bit surprised when I flew over the top, and then it's like... Maybe they've only just started to appear. Maybe. So you know what? I think I'm gonna do it. There's at least some food there, so I'm gonna try putting, because this is going to push animals up super fast, so I think it's worth doing it. I've got those traits. So hang on, what did I need in the synthesizer here? If I can open it. I need a species and then 2 colours. So that's a skin. Okay, hang on. If I got an A and a B colour, there's A, B. Oh yeah. Okay. B, a B, A. So I've got 2 species. Okay, so I should be able to fill that, shouldn't I? So I should be able to put a species in there, and then a colour A, colour B. Why don't we try one of these, and then do that, and then we put in, is it colour? Yeah, colour A, colour B. We'll do something a little bit different. Okay. Right, let's double check our food. Don't worry. Oh, okay, we're almost half through. Oh, there's another 2,000 Terra tokens. We're almost halfway through filling up that box, so how about we try this? Let me just grab that on the way down. So remember, we had these 2, but we didn't fill them with anything. So if I just put, no, hang on, before I even start that, we're gonna demand T2. Where's my drones? How quickly will my drones react to this? I want to see food in here, guys. Come on. Oh, when I put the cupboard up there, did I say that it supplied T2? I didn't, I don't think. Hang on, I gotta double check that. I just want to make sure, be on the safe side considering what it was like in Season 1. Does this supply T2? No. Hang on a second, it's demanding... That gets a bit confusing. So this is manufacturing, and it's supplying T2. I'm going to take some with me. Got to go figure that out, make sure that's working. Hang on. I want to see the animals. Oh dear. So it should be demanding. I wonder whether that will come out of... That might get supplied from when it's manufacturing from now on. And then I've got an extra cupboard with some that I can take manually. That's kind of what my thinking process is, but whether that's real or not, I don't know. Ah, isn't he very cute? Very cute. Okay. And then one over here. We can put 5 into each one. Okay. So that's the kind of pink and blue, and that's more the yellow and pink, I suppose. Alright, so really... That should be working now, right? Look at the numbers on that, though. The animals, 137,000. And it's also doing heat and pressure, and there's 2 of them. I wonder whether that multiplies when you put 5 in. It might. Anyway. When they get hungry, at least there's some food in there for the time being. I can grab another 5 actually, but I reckon that looks pretty good. Where's it? I was looking at the numbers, Trev. Numbers. Oh, wow. Look at the numbers on animals now. So that's 20 million now. Plants is 3 million. Insects is 3 million. Isn't that bizarre? That now the animals is like, 6 times greater than what the plants and the insects are. Well, that should boost things up a lot. So 2.9 TTI. All the other numbers are fine. Look, pressure's 33 million, heat's 14 million, oxygen 36 million. Holy dilly. Alright, it won't take too long for that to get up now. I should see the TTI numbers go up a bit quicker now that we've got a couple of animals. 2.91 TTI, yeah. Alright, well I feel pretty chuffed about that. I might do a little bit off camera just tweaking that production of the T1 and T2 animal food over here. But she looks like she's going to steadily get better and better, so I think I might have to do something. Maybe I should put some growers over here that grow beans so that they're close by. I could almost do a couple of eggplant, a couple of squash and a couple of beans in this area somewhere. That's another thing I could do just to keep the production going. Anyway guys, I'm going to have to leave the episode here. Super hope you enjoyed it today. If you did, you can really help the channel out by smashing that like button for the video, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, you can mega help the channel out by subscribing. Alright everyone, thanks so much. Cheers.